Boolean operators offer you a powerful way to create, manipulate, and combine shapes in a variety of vector softwares, including Autograph. To see just how they work inside Autograph, we're going to recreate part of the Let's Make Motion logo. And just like you, I don't enjoy tutorials with a lot of fluff, so without further ado, let's make some motion.
Okay, so if we jump into Autograph, the first thing we want to do is come down to our timeline and push Shift-Q. And we want to add a constant. This is how we get our background color. I'm going to copy the color code that I need, and then I'm going to come into the Properties panel, click on the little circle that shows the current color, and click Hex, and I'm going to paste my code in. After that, let's go ahead and lock that layer. Then we're going to come to our timeline and push Shift-Q again, and we're going to add a shape layer. Inside that shape layer, the first thing that we want to do is add a new shape group, and we're going to call that outer triangles. We rename that by clicking on it, pushing Enter, and typing our name, outer triangles. Inside the shape group, we're going to need to add our path. So we're going to go ahead and add a path group. And then inside the path group, we want to add a polygon. So we'll push plus there, and we will add a polygon. But you won't see the polygon because we don't have a fill. And we don't add the fill to the polygon or the path group. We add the fill to the shape group. So we push the plus on the shape group and add a fill. We want a triangle, so we're going to lower the number of sides on our polygon. We got to click the polygon to bring up its properties, and we're going to lower the number of sides to 3, and we need that triangle to be upright, so we need to rotate that 30 degrees. That will give us our upright triangle, and then we need to change the color to the color of the outer triangles in the Let's Make Motion logo. And the way that we do that is click on our fill, and down in the properties, we will click on the fill color, come over to the hex, and paste in the code just like we did with the background layer. That gives us the red color for the outer triangles of the logo. And then if we click on the polygon again, we can increase the radius to give this some size. Let's just go ahead and make that 150. Now, if we come up to our shape group, click on the polygon and duplicate it, we will end up with 2 triangles inside that shape group. So if we click on the bottommost and we move it to the side, you'll see we have kind of the shape from the logo. I'll put it in the lower corner for reference. Then if we come up here to the left of the generators, we have our lock button, we have our solo button, our visibility button, and then we have the Boolean operators. The cool thing about Autograph that you probably already know is you can just hover over the options inside of a menu to see the results instantly. What we want is independent, and you can see that that creates the outer shape of the Let's Make Motion logo. Pretty cool. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is just duplicate this whole shape group. So we'll click on that and push Command D, and then we'll have outer triangles too, but let's rename that inner triangle. And if we open that up and click the fill, come down and click on our fill color and paste in our color, you can see it's changed the color of the outer triangles, but that is because that layer is on the bottom of our inspector, so it's being rendered last, covering up the red one. So all we need to do is open up that shape group, come down to the Boolean operators again, and hover over until we find Intersect, and you'll see we now have the shape from the Let's Make Motion logo. We can move the shape in its entirety by just clicking the shape layer and using the gizmo to move the shape around.
Well, there you have it. I'll link to the project files below if you want to download them and try this out for yourself without having to recreate everything from scratch. If you found this useful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd smash that like button. And if you want more tutorials for Autograph, Cavalry, After Effects, and DaVinci Resolve, please subscribe. It would really help the channel out. That's all for this one. We'll see you on the next one.